Okay, that was surprising. Not the fact that they moved along so fast. I'm glad they did. But that is Francois, or Francois, however you say that name. I don't speak French anymore. Or technically I never did, but well, whatever. What I'm more interested in knowing is what gender is that? Or maybe what gender are they? Because, well, it's even lampshaded in this manga. I'm not even sure about the gender or anything else. And to be frank, that's not so difficult to see, because Francois looks neither female nor male in my book. This is Dr. Stone chapter 92, and this is the Angry Anime Fan, the Despair Reviewer. And here, of course, Ruse wants to find the chef, but as Senku finally points out, they don't have the revival formula, because it will take a little time. However, Ruse is pretty apparent that he will find it, because he has another way. So he contacts the rest of the team, including asks the reporter, oh yeah, and by the way, we finally find out her name, and apparently a clue on why we haven't found out her name before. Either way, it's the fact that she was in charge of who selected to be revived. And Ruse points out that there should have been plenty of chances for them to nick enough for one person. So, and to revive whatever statue she wanted to get information out of them, because that's the magic of a reporter. So he believes that she is actually hiding a part of the revival formula. So then suddenly it's Ashiguro again gets in order to show his impersonation skills or anything else. It's the fact that well, to get her to confess, sorry, I hesitated there. Apparently her name is Hokutusai Minami. I don't really know what that means, but Minami seems to mean north, east, west, south, and apparently that is why her name hasn't been noted before, because it's an incredible lame name according to Senku, and also because her initials is News. I guess that's why we haven't heard her name until before. So, well, she wants to. However, is really sure on where. So it's apparently revealed that she holds a very limited amount in her iPhones or earphones or whatever those are. Luckily, they're not covering her ears. If they did, I think she probably wouldn't hear. But as you all know, Yusihara also has some headphones on her head that can't get off because they're petrified as well. And since they're not part of her skin, they don't re-petrify. And Manami-chan is the same. So they're gonna revive one. And so they go back to the island where Rusi is, because according to Rusi, there's only one who will do that, and that is Francois, who is his butler. Because according to him, Rusu was someone who not only was the butler, but also a chef, aesthetic hospitality, and many things more. So yeah, they do revive. And as they point out, no one can actually point out if Francois is a man or a woman, because well, let's just say that design is not doing they a favor a single bit. The face is very feminine, but the body, well, is not. So yeah, I mean, I know it's going to be pretty controversial to talk about that, but it's just that it's even lampshaded in the manga, mind you. Even they are not so sure. No, even the team science is not even so sure what gender they are. Not even Rusu is sure. I guess that will be a plot point, but it will play with the fact that they needed to revive a female, and now they're reviving someone who they cannot guess if they are female or male. Either way, they tell Francois about the job, and so they immediately go on while Ashiguro Gen is the guide. So, And eventually Francois gets to the place, and apparently Francois has been walking non-stop for 2 days, while Ashiguro again is tired. I guess Francois really is a professional butler. But Francois seems to be very close to age of the rest of the gang, so it's pretty well for it all. Of course, Francois do not really like the scene about this waste, so Francois begins to do the cooking, while Senku tells Francois about what that they need to sail and they need a level of bread. So Francois asks if it's a limit of months. So and Senku says that, or Frose says that they need to have everything ready, and and they need something that doesn't rot in 10 months. So with that, Francois bows, and everyone begins to cook. First off, they capture some goats and create goat milk, by the way. Actually, I was actually wondering about that. You know, milk is sometimes needed to make some of the best cookings, especially baking. So, and since they didn't have any cows, I began to wonder, how are they gonna get milk? I guess goat milk works, because actually it does work. And thanks to Kohaku's very insane strength, they were able to create goat milk butter, and then getting some dried fruits soaked in alcohol. And Francois begins to do it as they all begins to boil up the bread. So Francois says his desire of work is justice. And so Ruse and Francois has a, private talk, so to speak, as a little bit of the fact that it seems that Francois is an extremely loyal butler. Well, granted, having worked for someone as greedy and spoiled as Ryusu, I guess it makes sense to have someone who was just as equally strange in personality, you know. So Francois says that as a butler, Francois wants to revive the Nanami. However, in order to control the new world, Ishigami Senku is needed. So yeah, while that is a little bit evil-like, they do acknowledge that the only one who have the power to help them get back into power, although technically Francois is a butler, is Senku. And with that, they have managed to create the delicious fruit bread. And bread is acquired, and even the stone people can just get overwhelmed. With that, they have now awakened the chef, and it's indeed one of Ruse's most loyal subjects, Francois. What do we call? The chef and butler who no one knows the gender of. I didn't know they were gonna play on that. Can't say I really am a fan of those situations, but hey, whatever floats your boat. So yeah, I'm not sure about Francois' gender myself. The face is very feminine, but the body of the design is not. Even also is the fact that Francois was petrified. Shouldn't they have been able to see that? And apparently no, they didn't, so I guess this is gonna be a joke in the next couple of chapters. Who cares, either way. What do I have to... So other than that, the confusion about the gender, what do we say about Francois' character? Well, okay, I guess. I'm pretty surprised that someone like Ruse even could have a loyal butler, but no, Francois is completely loyal to a fault, and even professional, so I guess it works. And yeah, it was a pretty entertaining chapter, and now they even get goat milk. So give me your thoughts if you have any.